Hello everyone and welcome to this Ferguson TE20 introduction video. Tim's going to show you around the tractor and how to pre-flight and drive. Over to you, Tim.
Right, there she is. First step is to unlatch the bonnet. You have a latch like this each side and they turn outwards to unlatch the hood. You then lift the hood up like so, and that you come to the battery isolator. To turn that on, turn it clockwise until it locks. Next step is to turn on the fuel. So it's about 3 turns anti-clockwise to turn the fuel on. There will eventually be a mark on there to show where we are with it. The essential with that is to make sure that it is turned off after you've used the tractor. If you're going to stop using it for more than 10 minutes or so, turn the fuel off, because it's a gravity feed and you can run fuel through into the sump. Not a good idea. Next step, ignition switch there. The key will normally be out on the lanyard when it's parked, so key in 90 degrees clockwise. To start, you put your foot down on the clutch, make sure the hand throttle is up as far as possible, and then you put the gear lever over to the right and just push forward. Start. To stop, you just turn the key off. The gear positions are marked. You've got S for start, 1, 3, 2, 4 and reverse. When you're driving, you select the gear you want for whatever you're doing. You do not change gear on the move. You select the gear you want and just drive. Control speed on the hand throttle, since there's no accelerator pedal, and there's a governor on the engine which will maintain the revs. The brakes are all mechanical only, there's no assistance, and they work on the back wheels only. To lock the handbrake on, it's not a handbrake, a parking brake, there is a little pawl here. To release, you just push the pedal down. To engage it, you push the pedal down and push the pawl in with your finger. This will eventually be replaced by something a little bit easier to use. There's a plan there. Further to that, there's an independent brake pedal on each side. This just brakes the wheel on that side only. We will not be using these. Other controls, that's the hydraulic control for the link at the back, inoperative. We do not use that. While we're on this side, there's also a dipstick there for the gearbox oil, which the ground crew will deal with. It's not a regular check item. The engine oil dipstick is on the other side, and we'll show that next. Engine oil dipstick there with the marks.
And the filler for the engine oil, should we need it?
Yes, the filler for the engine oil. It's on a spring, you just lift up, flip it to one side. The fuel tank just unscrews. It holds about 8 gallons. And again, will be kept topped up by the ground crew. Radiator is there. Again, the normal water level in the radiator does not want to go much above that mark where my finger is. You need some expansion room for it, so if you check it and find it's nearly empty, don't panic. Not in use at present, but there is a choke there for cold starting. Just pull out, choke, push back in. The other item, we have a horn a useful check on whether you've got the battery isolator correctly turned off is to turn it off and then just press the horn again. That will confirm the battery is off. Not a regular check item. That is the filler point for the steering box. Again, ground crew will deal with that. And that is the filler for the gearbox and hydraulic oil. Again, a ground crew item and not a regular check item.
Okay, so just to be sure, we're driving the tractor on the hand throttle?
Yes.
No accelerator on your foot?
No. Again, the hand throttle is all you use for driving it. There's no accelerator pedal like a conventional tractor. Up is for reduced revs, down for increased revs. There is an ignition warning light, at present inoperative. It will be connected. The gauges at the moment, oil pressure and temperature, are not presently reliable, and they will be replaced fairly shortly. Okay, two types of towing attachment. This is the original agricultural hydraulic linkage. We're not using it, it's inoperative. That was a manual levelling adjustment. Again, we do not need it. Under there, that is a cover for the power takeoff. Again, it's not something we're using, but you need to be aware of it, as there is a control lever round the side for it, just there. We still need to establish which is the off position for it, but again, once it's off, and it will be marked off, we won't use it. Once you've completed using the tractor, switch off the fuel, just turn that clockwise until it locks. This is quite important, and if you're going to leave the thing unused for more than 5 or 10 minutes, make sure the fuel is turned off. We'll all catch ourselves out at some point by starting it with the fuel off, and the engine stops about 3 seconds after you start it. So if it does that, turn the fuel on. The bonnet catch, that is how they operate. They operate in the opposite sense each side, i.e. they turn outwards to unlatch and inwards to latch. To put the bonnet down, down like that, and just turn the latch. Round the front hitch is exactly the same as the back hitch. We've got a hole for a starting handle, but we don't have a starting handle, and I don't think in any case it will fit because of the tow bar. And finally, press horn to check off.